This week I am reviewing Thrawn by Timothy Zahn and read by Marc Thompson. If you are familiar with the Star Wars books at all, Thrawn was a very popular character that showed up originally in 1991 in the books. Now, when Disney incorporated Star Wars and all the Lucas stuff, a lot of people were upset because they took all the books before that and said these are now legends, they aren't necessarily true things that have happened in the Star Wars universe as a whole, and people were upset because they really liked Thrawn. So Timothy Zahn, who wrote the original books, was happy to come back, and he was paid to write another one, and he kind of had to restart things, but his own personal reflection on this book says that he included some little Easter eggs for people who read the old ones. And in general, this book chronicles his Thrawn's rise to power within the Empire. Now, if you have watched Rebels, which is the Star Wars cartoon series currently airing, then you will have seen Thrawn there. This book takes place before Thrawn shows up in Rebels, but for Rebels fans, it also covers a little bit with Arinda Price and her rise to the position she is also in Rebels. So you kind of get to learn a couple different characters and have fun getting to know that. Now, the second main character in Thrawn is Eli Vanto, and he actually does not show up in Rebels, but the book kind of explains as to why. So, this book in general, it's kind of long to listen to. I used Audible to listen, and it was just shy of 17 hours. So, it's a good listen and a very enjoyable listen. Marc Thompson does an excellent job with Thrawn. He had done the voice before, and he had worked to kind of make sure that this Thrawn matched vocally the ideas given of the Thrawn portrayed in Rebels, so to kind of have continuity. But he does a great variety of voices. I've said before the Star Wars books are great in that they have a whole team to design an atmosphere so that you're not just listening to someone reading, you hear the hum of ships and doors opening and blaster fire in the background or whatever. It really gives it a nice element to it to listen to. Now, if you just want to read it, it's also a great read. Timothy Zahn does a great job with just pacing and characters and story. I really enjoyed it. And then again, Marc does an excellent job with voices. Thrawn has got a very nice, cool, cold, collected, almost slightly, it's got that imperial feel to his voice. But then he does lots of other good voices, like so with Arinda, so differentiating gender and also differentiating different species with that you meet. And then he also has that a kind of the stereotypical country bumpkin voice as portrayed with Eli. So you get a wide variety of voices within this book. The pacing is quite nice with how quickly he reads, and he just kind of helps enhance the book a lot, in my opinion. So, as to the general feeling of this book, I would say it's kind of like space Sherlock Holmes with Watson. Again, I said it details his journey into becoming a well-to-do military man within the Empire, but also details Eli's adventure by being stuck with him and how that goes. And you see a lot of character development with Eli that in turn really lets you know some of the different sides of Thrawn. So, would I buy it? Yeah, I think I might. It just kind of depends. I don't need a physical copy on my shelf because I really enjoy the Audible copy. I would definitely recommend taking it out from your library, and if you enjoy it as much as I did, you might want to own a copy, whether it's physical or Audible. So, I would give it, pretty good rating. I would recommend it to friends, and I have. And then if you have any recommendations, I'm mostly listening right now, but I can hopefully read some actual physical books soon, and I would love to have your recommendations in the comments below. Have a good week.